Okay, so I'm gonna take a break from the goofy videos that I usually do, and we're gonna get serious about some concerns people are having. So let me get to the serious mode. Some of my clients have been feeling like 2019 is gonna be the next housing crisis, and it will occur, and it's a very obvious shift that's gonna happen, and that's gonna bring change. Well, when change occurs, it starts to create doubt, and it puts us all in a really scary emotional state. Well, let's take a look at the market and the real facts of what's going on nationally. Not just the guy that you sat down next to at the basketball game who suspects that we're going to go into a housing crisis. Now, okay, a big question in everybody's mind. Does the fact that we're seeing a lot of listing price adjustments mean that we're headed for another housing crisis? No. We've been in a market where home prices have been appreciated 12% per year, and that increase has been due mainly to a lack of inventory, which we've all experienced. Now, with the number of new builds going up and inventory loosening up, it's projected to be loosening up anyway, this should be leveling out and bringing prices more into line when this happens. People start to get nervous when this happens. Well, what people aren't understanding is that it doesn't mean homes are depreciating in value. It's just more like they appreciate at a lower rate. Maybe more like 5 or 6% instead of the 12% that we're used to. Now, most people are afraid of the word recession. Well, we have it, and we have to have it because our economy has been really solid, and at some point it has to level out. It's like the guns and butter lesson we learned I remember we learned it in high school economics. I know it's been a while. So let's define what recession really means. Recession is an economic slowdown. Doesn't mean a crash. The actual definition is an economic slowdown for 2 quarters. So what is going to happen to home prices? There was a study that was just done that looked at the projections going into next year from around 100 of the leading housing analysts. Of those 100, 94 say the houses are going to continue to appreciate. 2% will maintain the same, and 4% are going to decrease slightly. Now, slightly being the key word, just a little bit. Well, we're still over the historical average. If you take that same study and stretch it out for 5 years, there's no one calling for a depreciation. Not one. Now that's a good sign. So what about the rise of interest rates? Couldn't that impact the number of housing transactions? Well, we need to take a look at where the interest rates were in the 80s and the 90s. Rates were up as high as 8 to 10%. So let's say you may not be getting as good a rate as your older brother did. Well, but you will be definitely getting a better rate than your oldest brother did 10 years ago, and a better rate than your parents did 20 years ago, and for sure, a better rate than your grandparents did 30 years ago. And the feds have come out and said that it's not certain that the rates dramatically will continue to climb. The National Association of Realtors, the Mortgage Brokers Association, Fannie Mae, all project that there will be more real estate transactions, meaning the number of transactions, than there were in 2017. And 2017, that was a great year. So guys, now is not the time to panic, but it is the time to really focus on pricing your home correctly. There was a time when you could price your home at $280,000 when your home really was only valued at $220,000. Those days are gone. It's not going to happen in today's market. It just isn't. But that's a good thing. Who wants to sit on their house for 6 months only to then readjust that price down to where it should have been originally and then have to sell it quickly? Think about those 6 months of mortgage payments, utility payments. What really did that cost you? That comes right off the sales price, just like that. More than ever. It doesn't put anything in your pocket. You just waited longer to get your money. So now if you have any questions about where your home should be priced, or if you are in the market to make a move, then just call me at the number below. Then get packing, 'cause you're moving.